Hello everyone, Viking Guitar here. Today we're going to go over a little picking exercise and pinky exercise that's involved in the start of the Scorching Back song from Cave Story, which is coming out on Nintendo 3DS November 4th. The reason I'm going over this song is because it's going to be included on my new EP, which is titled Made of Metal. That's also going to be coming out November 4th of this year. So, on that day, if you want to drop 50 or 60 bucks on a video game, by all means, go ahead. Or if you want to spend much less than that on a CD full of awesome metal, well, you know where my recommendation is. But anyway, get your guitar, get tuned up. We're going to be in E standard 6-string guitar, nothing fancy, and let's take a look at the picking patterns. So this riff involves pretty much the same picking pattern, but a few different chord shapes. I'm not going to spell out exactly which frets to use because you can look at the video and pretty much figure that out, especially since I'm going to be playing it slowly. But first off, let's take a look at the picking pattern. What's going to happen is you're going to be picking one down note on the B string and then 3 notes on the E string. And we're using alternate picking, so it's going to be down on the B, then up on the E, down on the E, up on the E. So it's... The first chord shape we're going to be using this with is going to be a A minor chord shape based on the 10th fret on the B string. And the way we're playing this is we're playing root, 5th, flat 3rd, 5th. Or later on, root 5th, 3rd, 5th. So it's like this. And watch my picking when I'm doing that. Every note is strictly alternating. There's no economy picking going between strings here. It's all down, up, down, up, down, up. So the next chord pattern, it's going to be another A minor shape, but instead of using the root A minor, we're going to switch down to a G sharp. So it gives it a harmonic minor flair, and that sounds like... Then we're going to go to a G major based on the 8th fret of the B string here. Then we're going to shift up some here, down to the G flat, and we're going to have a minor chord here. Now it changes up a bit, really quick. It does this little riff where each note is picked twice. We're going to be on the 11th fret on the G string, then the 14th fret on the G string, the 14th fret on the B string, 13th fret on the E, then 14th fret on the E, 14th on the B, 14th on the G, and back down to the 11th. And each note is double picked, so real slow it's... Now pay attention to what I'm doing with my pinky here especially. I'm really trying to not have to use too many fingers to play all these different 14th frets. But at the same point, I don't want the notes from one string ringing out when I play the second one. It doesn't sound like... You want to be able to isolate it. And the way I do that is by rolling the pinky. When I'm ascending, going from the G string to the B, I start by fretting it straight down with the point of my finger. And then when I shift to the next note, I roll it off to that one. I'm not employing any palm muting here. All the muting is done from the pinky itself. So once again, that riff, slow, is... I do have to kind of cheat a bit and use my ring finger for that last one, but it's just because I don't have enough dexterity control to individually fret 3 different strings with my pinky while muting the other 2. So once we're done with that pattern, it goes back down to, what the hell note is this? That's an F. So what we have here is an F major chord. And then move the whole thing up 2 frets to make a G major chord. And then it just starts over again from the top. So playing through the whole thing slowly, it sounds like this. And there's the riff. So here it is up to speed. I apologize for any mistakes, but I'm still not 100% cemented with this up to speed. One thing to point out is the original version of the song from Cave Story does 4 repetitions of each, so it's... Whereas my version does 8 repetitions of each because my tempo is a bit different. So here it is with the backing track. And that's it. This is a good thing to practice even if you're not planning on learning the whole song, because it's a good picking exercise and it's a good pinky exercise. If you play this all the way through, maybe do it, I don't know, 30 or 40 times like some of us might have. It really builds up your pinky and gets you used to doing that alternating thing. There's lots of other classical inspired picking patterns like this that you can find online, but it's all good to build up your picking, build up your pinky, because I know for me, and probably for a lot of other players, the pinky is a deficient area in your whole anatomy of metal over here. Anyway, thanks for watching. The full Made of Metal EP featuring 4 tracks from Cave Story is going to be coming out November 4th, 2011, and will be available at vikingguitar.bandcamp.com, as well as at vikingguitar.com if you are a purist and want to go there first. So thanks for watching, keep playing, and keep the world metal.